to Flex Candle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. I'm Flex, and today we're diving into a full top-down analysis on Bitcoin. We're going to start from the higher time frames, work our way down to the lower time frames, and check to see if we find any good setups. Now remember, this is not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. Alright guys, it's about 6:06 p.m. Eastern Time. The price of Bitcoin is currently at $109,350. And before we start off with the top-down analysis, I'm going to go over this winning play on the 4-hour chart. You guys know that I do have this 4-hour chart in a cup and handle that would take us to about 125. But a couple of days ago, I also told you there's a bear flag that's brewing here that could take us down to about 108k and change. And as we can see here, the bear flag was tracing it perfectly. We kind of got out of it a little bit, but then we fell back in. And as you can see, we hit the same exact measured move at 108,542. So congratulations to whoever took that play. This is another big win for the Flex Candle community. All right, so now we're heading over to the weekly chart. And as we can see here, we have a big red engulfing candle. I was telling you guys this could possibly be an evening star that is bearish. We still do have 3 days and 2 hours before this candle closes. Hopefully we could revert back up, but right now, if it were to close the way it is today, this is very bearish, and we're breaking the 21 moving average, which is at 111,163. If we close like this, breaking the 21 moving average, our next line of defense is the 50 moving average, and that's at 98,898, which means we would end up breaking the 100k mark. Now the stochastics here are low. They look to come up, but if we zoom in, we kind of see they are starting to roll over a bit. And on the 2-week chart, we'll be going over this in the future because this also closes in about 3 days. We also have a red engulfing candle here. We have a wick as well, and the stochastics are on the way down. So if we go by the 2-week chart, more than likely the weekly chart is going to roll over here, and we probably will be testing that 50 moving average. And as some of you guys might know, if we lose a 50 moving average with strength, usually that's the end of the bull market. We do enter a bear market if we cannot get above that 50 moving average. This is also looking like a head and shoulder pattern here, and the measured move to this would bring us below the 50 moving average, getting close to this 80 moving average, which is at 85,700, let's call it. So let's see what ends up happening. Hopefully we get some good news or something happens by Sunday and we're able to stay above the 21 moving average. We head over to the 3-day chart. We see that we are rolling over. We already lost the 21 moving average. We also lost a 50 moving average. 2-day chart, stochastics still have room to continue going down. Not only did we lose the 21 to 50, now we're trying to lose the 80 moving average as well. We lose that. The next line of defense is the 100 moving average at 104,120. And the daily chart, yesterday we went back up with a green candle, and now we have a gigantic red engulfing candle again. This is really horrible at the moment. Stochastics are low. It looks like we will be resetting soon, but we could still stay here a couple of days before we could come back up. 21 moving average is at 113,896. If we continue to go lower, we will be kind of far from the 21 moving average, and we would have to either go sideways and wait for the 21 moving average to come down to price, or we might get a bounce back up at least to test the 21 moving average, even if we roll over again in the future. Now the 22-hour chart, stochastics are low, but as you can see, we're rolling over. We're below the 200 moving average. That's bearish. 12-hour chart rolling over as well. 10-hour chart rolling over below all the moving averages. 8-hour chart rolling over. Everything's rolling over. It just shows that we possibly have more downside. 6-hour chart as well. Now on the 4-hour chart, we were doing good yesterday. We got above the 200 moving average, above the 21 moving average, but I told you guys yesterday in the episode, I didn't like these 2 wicks. This is showing me that there's not enough strength to continue going. The next candle closed red. We were still above the 21 moving average, and then boom, we broke the 200, and now we're losing the 200 moving average again with strength. This is where we had that bear flag that ended up playing out for the win. Stochastics still have room to continue going down before we revert back up. Same thing might end up happening when we get down here. Maybe we come up, maybe we test the 21 moving average again, and then we might roll over. If we roll over, that possibly means we will be having more downside. Now again, this is where I have the cup and handle play. We got back into the handle yesterday, which was bullish, but now we lost it. I'm still gonna keep it here. I've seen this many times where we lose the handle for a while and then we end up coming back in, and then boom, we blast up for the win. But eventually, if we go low enough, especially if we go lower than the bottom of this cup here, then obviously this is going to be negated and this cup and handle will not be playing out, unfortunately. But I still have hope for it, so let's see what ends up happening. We head over to the 1-hour chart. We see that the stochastics are on the way up, but again, we're below all these averages. Unless we could get it back above this 200 moving average, we have to be in a bearish tone at the moment. 15-minute chart, stochastics are getting toppy. We're getting to the 21 moving moving average here, but with the stochastics rolling over, it looks like we might not be able to break it. We might end up coming down. What could save us? Could this be an inverted head and shoulder? This is too early to tell, but maybe this is the left shoulder. Maybe we come down, we form our head, then we make a right shoulder. Maybe that could get us out of here, but that's only speculation. At the moment, we're below 110K. The 1-day candle does close in about an hour and 45 minutes. And as you can see, we're getting closer and closer to this 200 moving average. This right here also looks like it could be a head and shoulder, shoulder, head, and this is the right shoulder. That measured move would break you down. This was also an Adam and Eve. At some point, that could break you down. The 200 moving average is currently at 104,000 basically. Are we going to come down, test this 200 moving average, and then from there bounce up? Possibly, but unless we could get back above 110K, if we close below 110, the new range is going to be from 100K to 110K, and this 104K possibility is going to be more probable. All right, guys, so that's the breakdown. If this gave you clarity or a setup to watch, do me a favor, like, drop a comment, subscribe, and if you have a stock or crypto you want me to go over, drop it in the comment section. This is Flex Candle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Catch you on the next chart.